product page or seen something and it's too hard to understand, what do? You click back. But if you have something that's mentally engaging, if it's giving information relative to the questions you're asking or your audience is asking before they want to buy a product, they're doing their research. Well, if you can continually feed that mental engagement, who are they coming to for the information? They're coming to you. And that means when you're ready to make an offer, who are they going to believe for the offer? They're going to come to you. You built a relationship, but you've made them come to you without having to go to them all the time. You're not having to hunt people every day. You make them hunt you. You made yourself the target. All right? You use your content to have people lock onto your brand. Pretty straightforward. Now, here's something crazy for you. I can take 15 content ideas, 15 topics in a niche. I can put it 3,000 places from 15 articles. Now get ready, I'm going to do the math for you. I can take 15 topics with 15 different talking points per topic. I can go my blog, I can go LinkedIn, I can go guest post, I can go medium.com. I'm 4 different places, 15 articles. That's already 60 placements. I can take each one of those talking points in the articles themselves, and they can become Facebook posts. They can become Twitter posts. I can take each one of them, put a pretty picture behind them with a caption and hashtag, now I'm on Instagram. I can repurpose it, now I'm on Pinterest. Yo, that's real heavy. Why can't I take each one of those blog articles with 15 talking points each and make a YouTube video, long form, short form, an expansion of each individual topic? I can take 15 topics that I've written about as a blog article, and I can make over 1,700 different videos. Realistically, it's actually 285 videos, but then I put it on YouTube. I put it on Instagram as a short video. I put it on Instagram TV. You see where I'm going with this? Why is that important to be multi-channel? Because your audience that consumes content on Facebook is very different than the people that consume content on Instagram. It's very different than the people that consume content on YouTube. So what am I really doing? Well, if I run through that process every 60 days, at the end of the year, oopsie, I have 20,000 lines in the water, but more importantly, I've tested and have the metrics for 20,000 different creatives and bits of copy across multiple channels. And so the ones that have the most engagement, what do you think I run as ads? I let people's behavior tell me what they want because the message resonates with them the most. How do we get started with that? Go to a couple of the places that I mentioned. Make a war chest of ideas. And then as we deploy them every day, now I have that mental engagement with my audience. I'm building behavioral addiction. I'm getting them to come back to me over and over and over and over again. Yeah, absolutely. How the hell do you manage all this? How are you everywhere at once? Use a social dashboard. I use eClincher. You can use Sprout Social, you can use Hootsuite. It's a publisher. It allows me to take a message, publish it across multiple places, monitor all those feeds at once, and then every comment from every one of my social feeds, be it a Facebook group that I admin, one of my Facebook pages, one of the YouTube channels, all those comments come to one inbox. So now, all of my content creative that's out there, I don't have to chase a million different windows trying to find who I'm responding to. I make them all come to me. Pretty easy. Remember how I said that you don't chase tigers, you make tigers chase you? I wasn't kidding. All right? Now, how do we take deep-pocketed buyers out of play? How do we beat up the bullies? How is it that us, as average media buyers, can take that strength off the table? Well, we have to spend less money on customer acquisition and attention capture and more money on our warm audiences. Give them a reason to come to you with content. Once they're on the site, you can retarget them. It's pretty straightforward. You can use contests. This is a contest platform called Rafflecopter. Use it on your Shopify store. It's pretty easy. If you give people bait, they'll come to you. So aside from running content on my store, run a weekly giveaway that's relevant to your niche. Pretty easy. Now, why would you run a weekly contest? Well, as a marketer, you have two things that you have to always think about that are your top priorities. Number one, we always have to get new people into the funnel. And that's the name of the game. The more we can get people into our funnel and the less money we spend for it, the more money we keep. We all know that. Number two, pardon me, we have to get existing people back onto our site. It's not just about getting new customers onto our site. How do I get my existing customers that are on my Facebook page or my Instagram channel or in my email list or that have purchased from me onto my site over and over and over again? Because the reason that I'm here is because I've used this for multiple years now. My customer engagement rate, or my customer retention rate rather, is over 80%, which means 8 out of 10 people. Once I touch them, I keep touching them and they keep coming back. That's much easier than always having to buy new traffic. All right, like I mentioned before, a weekly contest gives them a reason to come to your site without you giving a deal or a discount. Now we haven't given up the power of price. Pretty clever, pretty clever. Again, like I said, we want to spend less money on cold traffic, more money on retargeting. Remember that whole behavioral conditioning thing I talked about? If I feed you content that takes you further into your hobby, that helps you further pursue your passion, and you're going to come and find me more often, what have I done? I've given you a way to further that passion. That allows you to be more significant to the people in your peer group. Gives you something to talk about. People need that. Think about it. What are the couple things that people will pay for no matter what? Not being isolated and being significant. That's a lot of ugly truth right there about people. People hate being isolated. That's why Facebook created the groups. That's why earlier this year, they moved the news feed to be more group focused. You guys see that? Everything is about groups now. Why? Because that's how people are using the platform. I want to be able, if I'm a cooking enthusiast, I want to be able to talk to other people and share recipes and get those likes. Why? Because it allows me to be significant and have something to talk about. So if an offer comes through that group, what offer do you think they're buying? The same as all the other people. In other words, like when you were younger, if you want the dessert, you have to eat the veggies. Remember how your parents did that to you? If you want to be significant, if you want to be able to say, ooh, look what I have going on, you got to come to the site first. Sure. Think about what I mentioned earlier with Instagram. If you want to be a better whatever it is you want to be, if you want to live a better life, you have to buy the product to get there. You have to eat the veggies to get the dessert. And if I know what you're really after, I can find a way to get you to seek it out from me. Now, does this really work? Yeah, it works. For a long, long time, I haven't paid much at all to get people in the door. Weekly contests, how about over 500 emails a week and over 250 on-site comments, building social proof on the store? My emails are about 29 cents a shot, week over week. Are you getting traffic like that? You're getting cold traffic where they're going to give you their email and come to your store. 29 cents without thinking about it. New people? Pretty strong right there. Leaves a lot more money for retargeting your warm audiences. There you go. Now, why is all this important? What does it capitalize on? If I feed you content, if I give you a place to be included, if I give you topics and ideas to further your passion, when I make you an offer, who's built a relationship? Who's built trust? Who's helped shape your opinion? You're going to want to reciprocate. So by giving content over and over and over again, when you give them an offer, people jump right on it. I've been building a group for a few months. There's a recent case study for you. No advertising. I really put the gas on it about 6 months ago. About 10,000 people in this group. I recently launched a product to them. We cracked $50,000 in profit in 4 hours. just because I've been continually feeding them. That group has so much engagement that Facebook North America reached out to me and said, how do you keep people moving this much? Content. That's how it is. And think about it. If you're running content to people and you're helping shape their opinion and you're feeding their addictions and you're feeding their need to be significant and having information to take their passion further, are you really a marketer? Or are you just connecting offers to audiences like we all think about? No. You're their favorite drug dealer. They're gonna come to you over and over and over again. And you just happen to make their behavior work against them. They show their intent. They sort themselves out. They come over and over and over again. I am not concerned with people buying the first time. I want people to camp out and refer people and buy over and over and over and over and over again. So again, my friends, don't be somebody who's just building a better mousetrap. Teach your mice to like your cheese. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Stephen. Awesome presentation. We